I'd like to now call to order the July 19, 2023 regular meeting of the Royal Oak Downtown Development Authority. At this time we will have public comment. Please wait to be recognized and come up and talk to us. Luigi, why don't you come on up?
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I'm over here for two reasons. One of it is there's an event, like a mini bridal show going on next month, and I'm all for. I think it's a great idea. I think we need more of this event in downtown, not liquor related, and I hope you guys will go for. Another thing, and I'm not here, is I just spent $1,000 just now. I had to put a gate on my building by Center Street. The reason why I have to put a gate, I don't know who come up with this great idea about this thing is funny. Actually, I don't know, some people think it's fun. I think it's sad that we're going to call them family place over there on 5th. I think it's a joke. I have to spend $1,000. The reason why, because you guys, for some of you guys who never been in the nightclub business, when people drink and nice people become nasty. They're not nasty from the nature. They're nasty because we sell them the liquor, we make them the nasty. Go back on my gate. I have to put a gate over there. On Sunday morning, you know, there's a little hallway in there. You guys have got no idea what we find in there. It's disgusting. I don't blame the new establishment in Royal Oak. I don't blame Pastaya, because that's the nature of the business. Okay. But I think something is wrong when somebody decide to call a park a place who has the three biggest nightclubs in the city. I did attend a few meetings in the last 6 months. I don't know who's your downtown manager, but is he here? Of course not. But I mentioned it to him, okay? And I called him and I told him many times, at 3 o'clock, when people come out of a nightclub, and Tony will tell you because he's an expert, when people come out in the nightclub and you got in an excess of 3,000 people coming out, are you kidding me? You put chairs in there, you put tables in there, why don't you just put a couple guns in there? I mean, you really think it's a good idea at 3 o'clock in the morning for people who have too much to drink, and they do have too much to drink, to let them have a place to sit down? That's the most ridiculous thing you guys ever have this idea. When I had a meeting with our downtown manager, which I don't know who it is, I only talked to him a few times, but I mentioned to him, okay, call him a family.
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Are you here for something different?
No, I just, yeah. I just mentioned to him, do you gotta have a toilets in there? Well, if you don't, guess what? Every little dark corner will be a toilet. But do you really want people to hang around at 2 o'clock? Tony, it's crazy, okay? I mean, I only got one place, and I have to put a gate on, okay? So please consider that, and whatever you do, for the sake of some old business people, don't call them a family park. It's not a family park. You don't put a family park with 3 major nightclubs in there. And I used to own nightclub all my life. I'm a professional nightclub. I know about nightclub. Then we spend and that be done, and we spend all this money. I ain't got no idea what we're spending, you know. We got an idea what we spend on this family park? Okay, whatever. If it's more than $100, too much, anyhow. But for 6 years, guys, for 6 years, and you're my neighbor, for 6 years we've been waiting to plant trees. For 6 years, I call everyone in the city. We will not be able to plant trees for 6 years. We ain't got enough money in the budget to put trees on Washington, on one of the busiest intersections in Royal Oak, but we got money to put some family park on the middle of, like I said, I'm not against family park, which is not family park. But I'm telling you, in a year from now, I want you guys to know that you guys gotta say, Luigi, you were right. All those chairs in there, sitting over there, all those chairs someday will crack somebody's head. Because that's another thing. You don't want no loose things when you got 3,000 people coming out of a drinking establishment. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Oh, she's late.
I'm sorry, I had to stop at Rocket Printers. So this is for the Down the Aisle Fashion Show for August 11th. I came, I think, a month ago or so and asked you about this. So thank you for your time again. We wanted to put in for a grant for the event. We're asking for about $3,500. I gave out some spreadsheets and the quotes from the company. All we need are some Shafari chairs, a red carpet, some high boys, and a tent so that we don't have to do a rain check. So we wanted to put in for a grant for that. Yeah, most of the companies are willing to pitch in something. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 companies. Sorry, we just finalized the companies yesterday. So everything's just rolling pretty quickly with this. We wanted it to be a mainly city-sponsored event, so we were trying not to sink too much cash into it. Luigi's is pitching in and doing a lot for it, so yeah, we decided to come together.
The reason why, because it's a fresh approach. You know, that's something. It's a fresh approach, okay, and that's why I love the idea.
So yeah, so I just wanted to put this out in front of you guys. Daniel let us know that there was no meeting before this month for the team that would initially do the pre-approval for this. So we said we'd try our chances and just come directly to you guys because the event is in August.
And the money was for the tent, right?
Yeah, primarily the tent costs are the biggest cost. Just because it's been such a stormy year, we were going to go forward confidently and pretend like there wouldn't be a storm. But Luigi said that's a bad idea, and he's correct. So yeah, we thought we'd put it in front of you guys. These are the preliminary posters that'll go in all of the event spaces and in the restaurants and stores, and that's all.
Okay, just one question. What's the date of the event?
August 11th.
August 11th. Okay. This is public comment right now, so if the board wishes to take action on it, they will do so when we're done and completed here.
How do we take action after this talks?
We're going to add, if the board wants to add it, add this to this agenda and supports that, then we would move forward.
Because she is right, we did cancel our meeting because it fell on July 3rd. Our Consumer Market Committee.
So should we stay for this meeting and see if it's added to this agenda?
As soon as public comment's over, the board, and when the actions come back to the board, if the board wishes to support it, they can do so at that time to put it on the agenda. If they don't.
All right, that's
okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Liz?
Okay, hi, I'm Liz. I'm with the Royal Oak Arts Council, and this is Corinne. I'm an artist and art educator and volunteer on the Royal Oak Art Council. Okay. So we were just requesting to have an item added to the agenda too. We're also having an event in downtown Royal Oak on August 11th in the evening, an art walk. So we have a small budget. We have some paperwork here we can pass out if needed. But our request mainly is to add this to the agenda, and then we can tell you guys more if you add it.
Okay. We have, I think everybody on the board has received an email regarding this.
Correct.
So similar to the action that we just did, we will deal with it very shortly.
Okay, do you want us to hand these out now or wait?
I think we can look at it, but I think it's material that we've already been, which has already been distributed to us.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
I will go ahead and you want to start over there. Anybody else for public comment? Okay, seeing none, I will close public comment. We have two requests to add items to the agenda. There you go. We have two requests to add items to the agenda. What is the board's wishes?
A motion to add the art walk to the agenda.
Motion by Director McClay, yeah. No, okay. Second by Director London,
Yes, and I also want, okay, go on.
okay. Any discussion on that one? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. And we will definitely be adding that to the agenda, so you'll hang with us. Director London?
I would like to add the bridal show to the agenda.
Motion by Director London, second by Director Yazbek. Discussion? Seeing none? Okay, I will call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. Okay, so ladies, we did add you to the agenda, and we should be going through our items here pretty quickly, and we'll get right back with you, okay? Okay, item number 3, approval of the meeting minutes from June 21st, 2023.
I'd like to move approval.
Motion by Director Dunstan,
Second it?
second by Director London. Any changes,
Not sure it matters,
revisions?
but Director McClave was absent, but as talented as he is, he's here moving for the adjournment of last month's meeting, so probably doesn't matter, but just notice
Okay.
that.
Last month?
One change to the minutes?
What's that?
We have Director LeClave as motioning to adjourn last month's meeting,
Oh, okay,
and he was absent that day.
okay.
I mean, I'm good, but
Not gonna be in two places at once.
When I looked at it last night, I thought, you know what, if anybody could do it, you could.
I appreciate that.
All set?
Yep.
Okay. Item number 4 is the expense items. This is for the board's information, and no action is needed. If there's any questions, now would be the time. Seeing none, I will move forward. Okay. Going to go ahead and put the art walk in at this time. I don't see the applicants for the facade grant here. So we'll move them down the agenda. And why don't you come forward at this time? Anything that you want to tell us, now's the time.
Okay, so just for everyone's knowledge and anyone who's watching, the art walk will be on August 11th from 5 p.m. till 8 p.m. And an art walk is typically an event that occurs in lots of communities nationwide. This event will, typically businesses will open their venues to artists to hang artwork or to have their artwork presented to the public. Typically small bites are provided, beverages, music is sometimes provided, artists might do demonstrations. So this will be a really fun and engaging event for the whole community. It's free for business owners, it's free for artists to participate, and it's free for the public. We already have a number of businesses who have applied to participate. I think it's 14. Yeah, so we have pretty good participation. Baker College is going to be doing something pretty large. They're going to open up their whole campus to the public. they acquired 30 original pieces of artwork, and so they're going to have that available for the public to view. They're going to have artists who have completed those artworks available. They'll have live demonstration with a fiber artist doing weaving. There'll be music, and then they're also going to provide some hors d'oeuvres and beverages. It's going to be a really fun event.
A number of the artists that have registered to present work, demonstrate work, are Royal Oak residents. So I think at least 6 of them. Some of them already have public work on view through the Arts Commission. So I think it's interesting that they have pieces in Royal Oak and people can come and meet them. All the artists are present during the time, during the art walk, so you can meet them, talk with them.
Yeah, so the whole mission is really just to celebrate. It's a free event for the public to come, celebrate local art, meet the artists, kind of enjoy yourself, go into different businesses, maybe businesses you haven't been to, have maybe some hors d'oeuvres, some beverages. So there might be music, at some of the venues. It'll be really, really a really nice event. It's gonna be really local. We're a community. We're like a volunteer group, so it's community driven. And the nice thing is that all of the funds, if we're given our funds, will just be going right back into the community. So it seems like Baker College is looking to source a downtown restaurant to cater their event, which is great.
So we are asking for, if you look on the paperwork, a budget to pay for any promotional print materials. We already worked with a graphic designer, but we would like to pay her for her services, and then to print posters and promotional material, and then also to provide each business a small stipend so they could buy beverages or hors d'oeuvres during the event.
Yeah, so like a business would get reimbursed if they had, like cakes or cookies or something small, like snacky for people to enjoy while they're looking at the artwork or meeting the artist. Yeah, it'll be a really fun event. So we hope you fund our project.
Okay, hang on 1 minute right there. Okay, I'm not sure how the board wants to handle this. If you've got any questions, we can ask some questions at this time. Director Yazbek.
Are you at capacity as far as venues, or if somebody wanted to participate?
To finish registration.
Yeah, for businesses, it's definitely open. For artists, we've had a lot of applicants, but if more businesses decide to participate, we can have room for more artists. So that would be great. Yeah.
How would a business go about?
That's a great question.
I will send you the information. You have an email?
They can go to our website, so royaloakartscouncil.com, or follow us on Facebook. There's a lot of links.
What was that again?
I think it's
royaloakarts.com.
Yeah.
Daniel sent everyone an email, businesses in the DDA.
Okay.
It was within the information
Gotcha,
to sign
okay.
up.
Okay.
I would say it was one of 5 things in that email.
Right.
We do understand that a lot of businesses have limited space to hang artwork, or maybe this might not be a great fit for their business model, and that's completely okay, but we do hope that if they can't participate, they would come and check it out. Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure, Director LeClaire.
Yeah, the only issue, which I'm completely 100% for it, but the only problem is that if this is the 11th and you need an event permit.
Yeah, we're working
30 days out.
We're working with the police department right now regarding
you
that.
got
I don't.
inside?
Yeah. So that's in progress. But that's a good point to bring up.
So,
Yeah, and I'm going to venture to say that in my experience with special event permits, they shouldn't need one. There's no closures of roads here. There's no interruption of traffic in any way, shape, or form.
We were
so-
advised, this is, as a volunteer organization, we've only ever done the Memorial Park Art Fair, so doing an art walk is new, but we have had experience putting on events for artists.
Right.
So you already have an inside connection with the police department, and you said that as long as he is right, because it's the street closures and all that. But have they told you that we can make this work within the?
Yeah. I was in discussion with the police yesterday, the police department, about. I think they're looking into the necessity of this permit requirement, and if it is required, they said that we can make it work administratively with less than 30 days.
Cool.
Although typically those requests are denied.
So, as we move forward here, the board has two choices here, if they choose to support this event. One being simply a straightforward grant for X amount of dollars, or one being a reimbursement of cost type of grant. So those would be the options that I would see here. If the board so chooses to support this. Director Yasmin.
It seems like August 11th is going to be a special day here, so I'm going to support this. I think, what was the amount?
2,600.
2750.
Oh, I didn't see that.
2750 here. I'll make a motion to provide a grant for up to $2,750 based on the expenses.
I'll second that.
For the event.
And can we afford it?
Motion by Director Yesvig, second by Director Dunstan. Does anybody have any questions for them or anything moving forward?
Well, for clarification, it's a grant amount up to $2,750 subject to submission of actual expenses, and it's subject to getting the special event permit.
I don't know if we need
necessary. It sounds like it's not necessary, just an informal walk around town. Might not be necessary, but yes, subject to.
Okay.
So we would just ask that you keep track of your expenses, and at the end of the event, turn those in to Mr. Twing or Daniel for reimbursement up to the amount in the motion.
All right.
Is $2,750 sufficient? Or?
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
My head was at is it enough?
Well,
I was kind of wondering the same
a
thing.
friendly, can we just say for an amount not to exceed 3,000?
Yeah, that seems.
Is that good with you?
I would like to amend my motion to say 3,000.
Okay, we need to vote on the amendment.
No, if both parties agree, you can just amend it.
Okay.
You don't need a motion to.
So the current motion is not to, for reimbursement, not to exceed the $3,000, the amount of $3,000. Anything further? Okay, I will call for the motion then. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And that motion passes.
Thank you. Thank you. And we look forward to the bridal show too.
It's part of the art.
I know, we can't wait. All right, thank you.
Okay, and we will bring up, we will now deal with the bridal show.
We just have to pray for good weather for both events.
I know, please. We really hope so.
Okay.
Yes.
So anything that you want to tell us is now is the time before the action comes back to the table. I just wanted for clarification, Director London, they haven't been to the committee level, correct?
No, they tried to, but we canceled the meeting.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I was clear on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that there are some of us here at the table, this is the first time we're hearing of it.
Yes, that is true. I am aware, so that I knew I was throwing it at you at the beginning.
Okay.
So our permit is with the police right now as well, just because we would be in the Stagecrafters walkway. So yes, that has been submitted. We're waiting to hear back from them. We haven't heard back from them yet. Some of our other options would be if we don't get the permit to move it indoors into our shop, it just precludes having the 100 guests per show that we wanted to have. So we're really hoping that we get that permit because we would like this to be a bigger event, and we did know about the art walk, so we were hoping it would be a great little pump to that so that people are walking around, they see a fashion show outside, and it just makes the event feel really full. So we are waiting to hear about that from the police. Other than that, there are more costs to the event. I didn't include them on there because there are so many businesses willing to pitch in and pay for the things. So we don't need, promotional materials and things like that. We're working with Siren. They've told me they were working with WDIV, WXYZ, and Fox this week to make sure that we get some spots for some mini fashion shows on the news in order to, leading up to the event to promote excitement for it. So we're hoping to create a bit of a stir. The Eventbrite link for tickets went up on Sunday, so that's just now starting to gain traction. We're promoting that on our TikToks, our Instagrams. All of the businesses involved are also promoting it on theirs, resharing the links. So we're starting to get a slow roll here. We're just hoping to get the cost of the things that we need in order to just make sure this event goes forward, even if it rains.
Okay. Just a couple quick questions, if you don't mind. So this is a one-day event?
Yes.
And the hours?
It runs at 5:30 one show, and the next show runs at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And they're like 25-minute shows, so the music won't be just blasting for hours or anything like that.
Okay. And you're selling tickets to the event?
It's free.
It's free.
It's a free event. You can get VIP tickets for $25, but there's only, I think, 40 VIP tickets total.
Gotcha. Okay. And you said something about 100. Is that the expectation of?
Yeah, we're hoping to do 100 per seating of the event. So 100 at the 5:30 and 100 at the 7. And then there's an afterglow at 5th Avenue that he's hosting, that anyone who had a ticket can go and hang out and see the live DJ and all of that.
Okay. And you also said something about the event's going to take place outdoors in the walkway?
Yes, the promenade there
Yes.
at Stagecrafters. So
Okay.
that's what we're waiting for the permit for. And then there'll be a reception indoor as well. So all of the food, and we're doing mocktails, we're not doing alcohol. Food and mocktails will be indoors at our store on Highboy, so they'll arrive, and then they'll be seated by our ladies for the show. So there won't be everyone won't be outside the whole time.
Okay, that's all I have. Questions? Director Yazbek.
I wasn't really going to support this until that last part when you said afterglow at 5th Avenue. Now, all of a sudden,
Stop.
it's interesting.
Yeah, come to the afterglow. Let's party.
So with the amount that you're looking for is
It's 3,300, giving some change.
33.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make a motion, similar motion to the last one, a grant for up to $3,500 to cover expenses to be submitted to the board. And I think it sounds like a really cool idea, just like the last one, something very unique. I think we have enough bar crawls and other events. This is really unique, involving businesses. I'm all for it.
I have a motion by Director Yazbek. Second by Director Dunstan.
I was just going to ask what the rest is for, because it has 2,100 here on this.
Oh, if you flip it over, I don't know if you have the whole sheet on there. Oh, you don't have the spreadsheet. So that's just the quote from the tint company. I didn't have enough of the Excel files. That has all the other stuff on it. So that has like a few stands and other things.
Just curious, that's all.
Yeah. No, it's on there. I'm so sorry. I sent everything over to Daniel as well. So he has it if it needs to be forwarded to everybody.
Okay. I have a current motion on the floor. Does anybody have any more questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And that motion passes.
Thank you so very much, guys.
Okay, moving on with our agenda. Facade grant application, 111 West 4th Street.
Well, this was in front of the Infrastructure Committee. It is a request for facade application, the grant for Taylor Coat Barber and Spa, which is on part of the the Aqua Salon former spot, if you remember where that is. The pictures are included, the details are included. The Infrastructure Committee is recommending approval of the amount up to 50% or 65-25. And there's a resolution to that effect in the packet.
Okay. I don't see the applicant here, but I can, being on the infrastructure, I can try and answer any questions if there are any. At this time, we did meet with them and the new ownership group, and everything that they submitted met the criteria for the facade application program. So we did recommend approval.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion by Director Keith and second by Director Dunstan. Any questions? No. Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And that motion passes. Our last item, the master plan direction. Tim?
I just wanted to pass this along for the DDA's information. You may recall that the city is going through a update of its master plan for the entire city. The portion that I've included in your packet on the agenda is a section that's dealing with the downtown area. They've labeled it as one of the activity centers. You'll see in there some narrative about what they've heard and was solicited out of some of the public engagement sessions, as well as a charrette that they held over a week's period. You'll see some of their initial thoughts on and recommendations for, in this case, the Planning Commission's consideration. I'm passing along so that the board has an opportunity to weigh in if you feel necessary. I don't necessarily need your actions or comments today, but I wanted to make sure you were aware of it and had an opportunities to pass any comments along or say you want a little more involvement. Obviously, the downtown is a significant part of the recommendations that are coming forth. If you're happy with them, that would be fine too. But I think if you want to refer it to each committee to look at, make comment on, and then come back, that's fine too.
Director Dunstan first.
What stage is this whole process in right now?
I'll say it's very early on. This is simply, they've held surveys, they've done some public engagement sessions, they held a charrette. This was kind of a document, and the entire thing is online. If you go to the website, you can see the whole direction piece. The consultant is simply telling the Planning Commission, this is what we've heard, this is what we got out of those surveys, charrettes, engagement sessions. They've boiled it down to some issues and topics that they would like direction on, and that's why it's titled Direction. So they're looking for the Planning Commission to review the entire document and come back and say, we agree with this, we don't agree with that, we want you to do this. So they're looking for input and direction still. This isn't a draft, preliminary draft of the master plan at all. It's a lead up to that occurring. So,
Okay, thank you.
Still getting input.
Okay. Before I go to Director Yezbek here, I just want to let the board know that I did personally had a chance to be a part of this discussion with the firm that's putting this all together. We had a 1-hour meeting and just discussed a bunch of things that have changes that have been throughout the years and moving forward and direction and everything else. I will say, I do think this is important, and I do think if you have a time to look at this and have some opinion, that you should forward those opinions. Because what they do is they set zones and areas where certain things can be built, certain things can't be built, changes that can be made. They create areas, for example, if you wanted to expand upon the train station zone, that would come out of something that would come out of this document. And then other areas of downtown, in the downtown, both in and out of the downtown actually, that might be activity centers or special areas, I guess is the best way to call it. I think what we're looking at on Fifth Street, Mr. Dunson, is that correct? Fifth Street, right? Not Avenue. Okay. What we're looking at is similar to what they're looking at for the entire city. So it's something to take a look at. And if you did have some thoughts, that you could forward those, and we can get those to the people that are putting all this together. Director Yasmin.
So yeah, my question was with process too. As the process moves along, are we involved at all? Are we going to have a chance to look at a draft, for example, or not really? That's just all the planning commission.
Well, it would be my intent to give at least the sections that are relevant to the downtown to you as a board as it moves along. You're not going to have a formal approval of what ends up in the master plan. That's the planning commission with the city commission input after the planning commission on it. Obviously, you can provide input at any of those points, but yes, it's my intent to keep you in the loop as things come out. The other place you can look is, as I said, the website for the master plan. All the documents will be there as we go forward. This just seemed to be one where it was asked, their DPZ is asking for direction. If you got individual comments, that's fine. If the board wants to refer it to committees and take a formal position on something, as you agree with the directions, or you'd like to see something different, that's fine too, but truly your call for how you want to make comment.
I would refer it to committee just so we can have some kind of dialogue if we wish to. I mean, something like the districts, it's a cool concept, but I would never call something a college district, because that would probably by definition alienate non-college people. I would never limit it like that. Publicly owned surface parking lots for offer them. What does that mean? I mean, those are valuable pieces of property. So I would probably refer it to.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can do that. And I agree with some of your comments. And I did look at this document just briefly, and there are some things out there that many people could interpret it one way or another. So. They do need to be looked at a little bit harder, especially in the area of land and property and parking lots and structures and things like that.
We know the surface level lots are a hot.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think we want to be careful with those. I guess is a good way to put it. But so anyway, we can. And if anybody has anything personally, I would suggest that you take it to the committee and discuss it at the committee level, and then we'll combine those and have those sent off at some point. Okay. The last item on the agenda is the reports, and that's our monthly Siren communication report. That's just for your knowledge. You can look at that whenever. Mr. Twain.
I do have one item as far as a question. Daniel's been working with Siren about various materials, welcome packets, things along that lines. One of the items that they're thinking about is pictures of all the board members. And the question is, do you want individual headshots, Would you rather have a group photo? What would you prefer? And if so, we can line those up for the August meetings to give you kind of a heads up so that people are here. But do you want to have a picture of the board? Do you want to do it as individuals, headshots like the city commission does, or do you want to do it?
It depends if we're
send a
trying
group?
to encourage people to come to downtown. Discourage them.
I'm just asking, so.
Where would these pictures be used anyway?
Well, my understanding is they may use them for like a welcome packet that they're putting out, various other sorts of materials, where your name as individual board members may show up rather than just as a name. You'd be there with it, things like that. It was something that they talked about. If you'd rather not have pictures done, that's fine too. We can send that direction back. And
I would just suggest having Director LeClave this picture only as a representative of the DDA.
Put him on it, give him time to do his hair.
Yeah, please. You need some kind of answer for that, shown
I
here?
mean, if we're going to schedule it, we need to schedule it. So
Yeah.
I was thinking we'd schedule it. If you wanted to do it, we'd try to schedule it for a regular meeting. That way you're all here. You don't have to come something special. But if you don't want to do it, that's fine too.
As long as Executive Director Twing is involved in the picture, I'm in.
Well, that ain't happening, so let's go down.
Well, I mean,
It's friendly. It's
I don't see, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't see us all taking individual shots here and having those put out there. If the board, I think at a maximum, if the board wanted to do something, then it should just be a group photo, which we could do before or after our next meeting. Or if you just not want to do it, I understand that too. So,
I'll move for a group picture.
Group picture.
Is it possible to have them work with the chamber on like the welcome packet? Because they already have kind of like a welcome packet. Does that make sense to
Yes.
coordinate that a little bit?
absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, let's do a group picture then.
I'll send my hair and makeup bill to the city.
Okay, anything else anybody want to bring to the board today? Seeing none?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Director Yasbeck, second by Director LeClave.
I got him this time.
Got him this time? Yes. There you go. If there's nothing else, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. And opposed? And we are adjourned.